Alright, we're going to talk about the, right now, earlier, I want to say maybe an hour ago, we did some shooting with the shotguns, with various loads, and a few days ago we did some skeet shooting with them. We actually didn't even bother wasting clay pigeons or shot shells on this weapon right here, because it's just, it didn't even need to be done, because we know that it's got a vent rib barrel on it and it's designed to shoot clay pigeons and birds and various things out of the air, moving targets, throw a really tight pattern with the shot, so it doesn't even really need to be talked about in the shot realm. So we left it out of that exercise.
We did, however, shoot slugs out of it, as we have video of that, but
it will show you in a minute.
It performed well. I mean, it didn't exactly take the cake, but it did throw some good patterns with the slugs at 50 yards. It's not exactly the best slug gun. It does have a vent rib barrel. It's a longer barrel, giving the rifled slug a little bit more time to stabilize, but still, it's a smooth bore. And it's got inherent design flaws
that keep it from doing really well with the slugs. That being said, now if you throw a different barrel on there with this weapon in particular, go ahead and put it down.
You can throw a rifled slug barrel on there and it will perform like a rifle almost.
Yeah. So once again, this is a shot barrel. It's designed to shoot shot, but it will throw slugs. We showed you earlier the choke tube in the front. We put the cylinder bore choke tube in there so that we could shoot slugs out of it, and it performed better than expected with that. Is it on par with these guns? No. That being said, we'll move on to coming back in on the Mossberg.
Mossberg did very well in both the shot and the slug test. It outshot the Benelli in both of them. It held a very consistent 5-shot group,
even over a range of different ammunition.
It maintained that group with different ammo. It did perform well in the shot test, shooting clay pigeons, probably because it has a more open aperture than the Benelli. It does have a little bit longer barrel than the Benelli. This is a 20-inch barrel, so it can have the 9-shot extension. The Benelli does have an 18-inch barrel.
So go ahead and put them side by side.
See there's a 2-inch difference in them.
Yeah.
The Mossberg swung well, even though it had added weight up front. It did work well. It did throw a decent pattern with the shot.
And that's not saying that, you know, we just had one shooter that was shooting the gun either. We both shot the gun, and you'll see in the shot video that I couldn't hit anything clay pigeon wise with the Benelli, but I was doing pretty good with the Mossberg. So was he. So that speaks to it. We're running out of battery here, so we're gonna move on to the Benelli real quick. Benelli, I would argue the point about the slugs. Our test earlier was awful cold. We didn't both shoot the gun. Limited ammo, limited daylight, limited temperature. I think it was about 0 degrees Fahrenheit was the high for today. Awful cold. So we didn't take the time. We were both frozen solid. Didn't feel like shooting both guns. I killed a couple deer with this gun from 100 yards away with those awesome ghost ring sights that we showed you earlier. It throws slugs really, really well, especially, I mean, which is amazing that it can do that with a smooth bore 18-inch barrel. I would say that it was probably on par with slug capacity and buckshot as the Mossberg here. But it just, that being said, you'll see in the video that it just does not perform when it comes to shot. It is not a bird gun. It is not a bird shot gun. It is not designed to use that. It is designed to throw slugs and designed to throw buckshot. And that's what, you can see that comparably between the two, the two guns are comparable in that field. They both throw slugs and buckshot really well. Mossberg, have to give it to it on the bird shot. It just flat out outperforms the Benelli, but of course it is dwarfed by the Remington in the bird shot category because it has that vent rib barrel on it.
Now, putting the 18-inch barrel on it, it does perform much like them. It does swing a little faster because it just has a bead, but other than that, it shares the range limitation, and it's better left in the factory configuration for shot delivery.
Yeah, you said it was a little bit harder with these sights